Professor Christian. Hi, thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure, Rodrigo.
All right. Why are the students demonstrating at the universities the same way as the Vietnam War era?
What we're seeing right here is part of a political hijacking of an issue that has been planned and prepared for a long time. October 7th attack in Israel happened in October 7th. Now, this event is what we call a psy-act or psychological act. And the amount of planning and training and organization and preparation into this was tremendous. Now, this kind of conflict or way of conflict, we call this way of conflict psychological warfare. Other people might call it cognitive warfare or emotional or political warfare.
We haven't seen them in that way. I remember since the Vietnam War time. Is there any similarity or something about this?
If you look at the protest, they didn't begin, the protest about Gaza, well, they didn't begin right after October 7th. Okay, they slowly built up following the Israeli military strategy. Now, if the Israeli military had not reacted in the way that Iran and Hamas expected them to react, then of course, all of that planning and money organization would have been for nothing because you wouldn't have had the protest that they were trying to go for.
What do you think about this, students and other people demonstrating in the United States?
Behind these provocateurs who were organizing the students, giving the students talking points, helping the students to see a certain narrative picture of genocide, of terrible things going on, okay? There were actual Iranian or Hamas agents or both operating. They have the money, they have the big plan, they have the understanding of what needs to happen. Okay? What's going on inside of the United States is a planned, rehearsed, coordinated, orchestrated psychological warfare event by Hamas and Iran. And there's just no other way to describe it.
What do you think about this?
They needed to infiltrate the campuses. And the infiltrators would not be university students because they're going to be people that were recruited. They needed to build their aliases because the closer the individuals are who were organizing it, provoking the students, the likelier they were to be legal residents or Americans, but they needed to have a purpose, a reason for being on campus, a purpose, a reason for engaging the students.
What do you think is going to happen to these demonstrations in US?
Well, I think that the game is not over. When you first realize that your adversary is conducting psychological, emotional warfare against you, that adversary has already laid the groundwork for 10 steps ahead. There's still many more things that Iran and Hamas have planned, either in the United States, Canada, Europe, or elsewhere, in order to create psychological protestation. Rodrigo, the point behind psychological warfare is this. Why should I send my children in to fight your children when my messaging and acts can get your children to kill each other and you? That's psychological warfare.
All right. Thank you very much for all this information.
Okay. Good to have you. Good. Can't wait to come back and visit you.